What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen that I was going out. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe button for me, please. Y'all got it right here. Cullen County District Attorney Greg Willis on Karmelo Anthony's case. Check it out right here, y'all.
The strongest piece of evidence is probably the video, because it's not really a credibility thing. You don't have to decide, do you believe this witness or not? If something happened that the video didn't show, then we knew the witness had misremembered or heard something else that they incorporated into their memory. So I think it was very helpful to have the video.
So for everybody that got something to say, oh, they lying, they this, they that, man, it's a video. It's a video. Mind you, it's probably multiple videos. I'm not even gonna lie. It's probably multiple videos. Got it right here. It says Austin Metcalf's family is now receiving death threats after the Karmelo Anthony verdict. This again is nothing to, that comes to my surprise. It's truly sad, truly sickening that they even have to go through this. I'm not gonna lie, and I do pray for them. I pray that things are okay, and I pray for everybody. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not like that. I'm not a person that's just gonna be completely rude. I'm a child of God at the end of the day. And nobody should be doing anything like that. So if it's you and you watching this video, please don't do that. Whether if it's Austin Metcalf's family or Karmelo Anthony's family. I know that they're in the wrong with a lot they doing, and we're gonna get to that. But at the end of the day, God sees all. Let them have it. What I mean by let them have it, anybody that's supporting Karmelo Anthony and what he did, let them have it. Truly let them have it. I mean, all we can do, is continue to be positive, and to spread that love, to talk about it and pray. I mean, that's everything that we can do. They can continue to do that. The only thing that I hate for it is that they're making the world, and they're making places worse, thinking this is something that's okay to do, to teach the youth that this is something okay to do, and it's not. You have it right here. And let me mute this convo right there. It says Austin Metcalf family leaving the courthouse after Karmelo Anthony was found guilty and sentenced 35 years in prison. Check this out, y'all. That is crazy.
You guys knew he was a bully. You guys knew he was a bully. You guys knew that.
I want you guys to know that I am 6 foot even. My phone is at my head, and the guy in the back is his brother.
You guys knew that we're bullies.
Karmelo Anthony was 5 feet 9, 5 feet 8, something like that. So you had 2 of those people standing over him.
I don't know where they keep getting this information from, where you had 2 people standing over him. But from what I was told in the witness statement, literally says that Hunter, which is Austin Metcalf's brother, was seated. So I don't know where they're getting this from, as well as he's been told over 15 times by different other students that was standing. They're making and lying so much about this that it's truly getting sickening. I'm not even gonna lie. I have it right here, CBS News, on the case, and I'm not gonna lie. I've said this before, even when this, case first started, that I know for a fact, regardless however this is gonna go, I knew that it wasn't looking good for Karmelo Anthony, regardless after seeing reports and stuff like this. But, and I'm not gonna say that it completely, because they have it to where they're saying that this completely divided a nation. I don't truly look at that, because I truly look at right and wrong. Like I explained to my cousin, that's what I look at. You have good people and you got bad people. And that's how that's divided. Me personally. You know, you have people that saying they're glad, that happened to them. Like, how would you say something like that? That's sickening. Check it out.
The murder conviction of Karmelo Anthony has divided a nation. Just read the comments on the stories about the verdict, or better yet, take a listen to some of what the people who were there outside the courthouse had to say.
In what world would you live in where a white kid would be getting convicted by an all-black jury? That would never happen.
Hate to say it, but I think a lot of these people are here just because of the color of.
That would never happen. Would be getting in what world would you live in where a white kid would be getting convicted by an all-black jury?
Well, there was a black kid and it wasn't an all-white jury at all. So I don't know why they keep saying that, but it wasn't.
That would never happen.
I'm telling y'all, this is the lies that people will hear and see. That's just like my nana. I'm gonna use her for instance. My nana she watches the news. She just started getting on Facebook and stuff like that, but that's even worse because when she's on Facebook and she's seeing different things and she'll hear somebody say, like, we are overheard, somebody saying something, she scrolled past it. But it's truly wild to me because she'll listen to somebody like that on the news, or she'll look at a video or something like that, and they'll say something like all white jury, and they'll say something like they was standing over him, and she'll hear stuff like that and be like, well, that's wrong. They shouldn't do it, and mind you, he still did something. So hey, he still shouldn't have did nothing like that. But still having that mindset, and they're looking at this, and they all that BLM stuff coming apart, they start looking more so that, and I feel like that's crazy to me. I say this because the people that's posting this, whether it's family or any friends or people that I even know that's posting something like this, and they're sitting there supporting Karmelo Anthony, none of those individuals, when this first happened, said anything, posted anything, nothing like that at all when this happened. I'm telling y'all.
Hate to say it, but I think a lot of these people are here just because of the color of Carmelo's skin.
Exactly.
I think they're making it a racial issue where I don't feel like it was a racial issue.
Yeah, they're making it a racial issue because let me tell y'all something. And I live in Indianapolis. Well, I live on the outskirts of Indianapolis, but we always see, that it's always something. Especially when it's coming to downtown, when it comes to different places. Man, I can speak on some individuals that I even know of. Personally that did something that is black on black crime, whether they're adults, young adults, teens, whatever. And one thing about it is that a lot of individuals, since we talking about black individuals, a lot of those black individuals don't go to no courthouses. They don't hold no vigils. They don't hold nothing. They don't do none of that. They sit there and they think, some of them think it's cool. Some of them laugh about it. Some of them rap about it. Like that shit, like none of that. I find all this completely outrageous and dumb when it comes to so many people or so many black people that's out there supporting Karmelo Anthony. Me personally, that's how I feel. Because those same individuals, y'all are not out there supporting it whatsoever. They're not out there supporting whatsoever, y'all. When it comes down to these teens taking each other's lives, when it comes down to it, none of that. But they're making this whole thing a racial issue, and that's what I got a problem with. Don't wait till something like this happens. Actually, be there for the youth. Y'all not teaching the youth shit. Y'all sitting there and y'all making it worse, and that's what I got a problem with.
It's a
I'm telling
tragedy
y'all.
on both sides. You got one family who has literally lost a child they'll never see again, and then you got another family who's losing their kid. The young man's going to be gone for a while, but at least they're going to get him back.
Exactly.
Anthony was sentenced for the murder of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf after a confrontation last year at a track meet in Texas. The defense wanted
Mind y'all, this man out here, this just goes to show y'all, and I have to make sure I put this in my notes. This is why y'all see me looking down at times, because I be forgetting sometimes on what I got to say. So I be having to write my notes down. One thing about this, and I'm pretty sure, I wrote it. Y'all can clearly see when it comes down to the difference of people. You have somebody that's saying one thing, yelling and screaming and hollering, and this, that, and the other about Karmelo Anthony, and then you have another individual that's making sense and saying, okay, well, I don't see a win-win here at all. You know, they didn't lost, you know, their son because he didn't did this, and they didn't lost their son, and he's going to prison. So you literally have people out there that looks and look at right or wrong, and actually a good individual that speaks fact. Man, I'm telling y'all, bro, this goes to show y'all right here.
Sentence for the murder of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf after a confrontation last year at a track meet in Texas. The defense wanted the jury to consider that the stabbing incident, which led to Metcalf's death, was done in fear and haste. If that consideration had been granted, Anthony could have faced far less time. But prosecutor Bill Worski, he wanted the max. He asked the jury to consider a life sentence, telling jurors mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. The 19-year-old was sentenced to 35 years. I'm not going to rehash the case. By now, you know the gist of what happened, but I will leave you with this information. Black males receive sentences 13.4% longer than white males. That's based on a government study from 2017 to 2021. And 48% of the approximately 206,000 individuals serving life and virtual life sentences are African American. Anthony did not have a criminal record, and there were no black jurors in a county where 12% of the population is black.
Okay, so then again, they're taking this and running with this whole black thing when again, he was in the wrong. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like there's no argument. I don't know why. And it seemed like it just keeps getting worse. Bro, I keep on putting out videos. I have so many things stacked up that I have to say and that I have to put out because it hurts me because it's like, why am I arguing my case? Like, why am I still talking about this? When a lot of this is simple. But I feel like, and I told y'all, I feel like things are going to get worse. And I don't want to think like that because, you know, that's pretty bad too, you know, but, or that worse with this case. But like, I truly just hate that they constantly drag this whole racial thing. I truly do. This is the mother and father of Karmelo Anthony speaking out for the first time since he was sentenced 35 years. Man, listen to them.
I mean, right now we're in a nightmare. Doesn't feel real.
Okay, so let me explain it. Because I feel like everything he about to say, I'm gonna have to pause and talk about it. He's saying we're in a nightmare right now, and it doesn't feel real. Why weren't y'all saying that last year when it happened? I don't know, because a teen then lost his life, and y'all know, like none of this. They said none of this. I'm telling y'all, bro. What they doing right now is what they were told to do by the advocate Dominique Alexander and their whole team. I can guarantee this is what they was told to do. It's to act like this, you know, and make it more about race.
Been up all night, crying, praying, waiting for family to come in. We have some family who has made it. We just right now lost for words, waiting for him to give us a call as soon as possible.
So you haven't heard from him just yet?
We heard from him yesterday. He actually suffered from seizures, so we actually have to bring his medicine to the courthouse. So we're waiting for him to give us instruction to get there.
We know Karmelo from the courtroom, but tell us, who is he? What kind of person is he? What kind of son is he at home?
He is a wonderful son. He's a wonderful student.
3.7 GPA, worked 2 jobs. I'm
sorry, baby, for cutting you off. He was actually taking online classes during all of this and still held a great GPA going through this traumatic time.
I pray that nobody has to go through this with their child making a mistake, doing something that could ruin lives, not just their lives. I don't pray that on. I mean, I don't wish that on nobody. But what does that matter? What does that question matter? What was he like at home? What was he like? How was he as a person, as a son? That to me, I feel like it doesn't matter. And I've been saying this from the get-go. I feel like it doesn't matter because what he did is what he did. And now you have to face those consequences. So as hard as that, that pill is to swallow, that's something that he has to face is those consequences. So regardless of him doing this, doing that, this, that, and other, of doing good, whether it's GPA, him playing sports, him working 2 jobs, him doing this, him doing that. When you sit there and you do this, I mean, does that truly matter? I'm just being completely honest. Like that a lot of that don't matter.
He was a kid. If I didn't say it, he was a captain of his track team, football team. He was working 2 jobs. He actually saved the kid life.
Come on now.
The mom, he jumped in the pool, and saved the kid life, which was amazing.
Come on, y'all.
I didn't know how great.
Come on, y'all. Let me. That's something that truly just doesn't. That don't matter. It does, but it doesn't. I'm glad that kid, guys. Like me personally, I'm not meaning it in that way. I'm truly glad that Karmelo did that, and I'm truly glad that kid's life got saved. I'm not saying that by all means that he wasn't supposed to do that. I'm not taking it away from him. At the time, yes. I can tell y'all right now, even probably before he did that to Austin, he probably was a great kid. A great kid. I look at the simple fact now. He may pray, get his mind right, do what's needed when he in prison, whether if it's him working in prison, him doing this, him doing that, and being what do they call it? Like a great inmate. But at the same time, he did something that was horrible, and you have to face those consequences. So again, when it comes down to that, what argument are y'all trying to give? That's what I got an issue with. Don't make sense to me. Check it out.
My son is no murder. My son didn't intend to hurt anyone.
He didn't intend to hurt anyone, but he took a knife out of his book bag and put it into another teen's heart. You are not about to sit here and tell me that your son is not that and he didn't intend to hurt nobody. I'm telling y'all, bro, like y'all can't make this up.
My son was defending himself. And that's what hurt so bad.
His mother recounts the moment she addressed the jury and made her plea to them during the sentencing phase.
To have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury. I know they had their minds made up already, so, really wasn't much I could say.
To have mercy on your son, but he did that
to change their mind.
Both parents fighting back emotions and tears as they described what they believe was a flawed trial.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claimed there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witness.
Did you just say they were delusional?
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claimed there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witnesses who took an oath vowing to tell the truth.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone.
All of the witnesses' statements were inconsistent. All of them.
His father says the court of public opinion had made...
So, my thing, how do you sit there and you just come up with all these witnesses and they're like, everybody on the stand, they lied? Why do they push out all these lies? So, but I don't get it. I've told y'all from the get-go. And I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all within this whole thing is that, and because I've been in some type of situation of this that I had to get on the stand, and one thing about it is that you're not going to remember and say everything that you said from something the last year. Now, I can see if this was something you went to court within a week of it happening or something like that. Even within a week, it's still not going to be the same. But for them to remember something and then they see a video and they have video of it, come on now. Like, you got to stop with the lying. These parents, I'm telling y'all, they got to stop with the lying. That ain't cool and it ain't fair.
His son long before the trial began.
He was convicted when he walked out of the jail. If you looked at the news all last year, he was already convicted. If you look at it, it was already done. It was no innocent until proven guilty. He was already guilty.
He says the threats of violence against them continue.
People want us dead. That's what.
After they still got what they wanted.
After they still got what they want, they still want us dead. I can see, you see, I go look at my phone, people want us dead. They want our family dead.
And now they're preparing to appeal.
How do they think about the Metcalf family, y'all? Like, when is it going to stop to where they actually take that accountability and apologize for what they doing? Like, they
did a number on us.
A judicial process they believe wronged them.
We didn't get justice. A lot of things that were missed that should have been handled a certain way. However, we couldn't say anything. We did what was instructed. We was told. So we just did what we was told.
Ken Molestina, CBS News.
They are really making themselves out to be the victim. That is crazy to me. They literally making themselves out to be the victim. And y'all know the sad part about this whole thing? And I've said this multiple times on my older videos, is that they knew, even him saying, them being delusional, this, that, and the other, they knew he was going to get some years. They raised all that money and still trying to for themselves. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. You got it right here. Austin Metcalf's mother had to say this about Karmelo Anthony's sentencing. She said, "You may have been given a sentence of 35 years. You should feel lucky. I've been sentenced to a lifetime without my son." That right there, I'm not going to lie, is deep. That's deep. So them sitting there and playing victim, this, that, and other. This lady done lost a son. This man done lost a son right here. Jeff. And I'm pretty sure, I forgot, and I apologize for this. I'm pretty sure her name is Megan. I'm pretty sure. Megan. Okay, so it's right here. And you got Jeff. They done lost a son. Trust and believe. Me personally, I thought it was going to be more. I thought it was going to be 40 or 50. I'm not even going to lie. I thought it was going to be life, but check it out.
Speak about this in court. But I can speak freely now because the gag order is lifted. Tiffany Billions, Wackadoo, McAdoo, whatever her last name is, I'm not going to throw insults at you because I'm not going to lower myself to your level. But you're despicable. Drew Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him.
See, I did not know that. That's wild. I'm not gonna lie. That's truly, truly wild. I did not know that. That's big.
Impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or Go money.
That's crazy.
You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child. And I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other 3 that you still have.
Dang.
You never once admitted or took accountability.
At all.
You tried to play victim.
What I tell y'all, I'm telling y'all.
The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide. And what'd you do? You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted baby shaking felon
Dominic
who's only
Alexander.
in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference.
Remember when I told y'all? He just said, Jeff McCall just said bad advice. I told y'all from the get-go. That man that gave bad advice. And so the thing is with NJAN and Dominic Alexander, their main goal was to raise as much money as possible. That was their main goal. They don't care about nothing else. Their main objective was to raise as much money as possible. As much money. And they ran off. And the thing is, he still got sense, and they didn't start a new fund, if I'm not mistaken. That my buddy sent me. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I probably can't find it. They made so they made another. Y'all can probably look it up. They made another. I think it's a GoFundMe or GiveSendGo. Man, when I tell y'all, it's so many people that's about to use his name to make money. I'm telling y'all.
Oh, funny. I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone. And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate, minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant? Minister of bullshit? How about minister you?
Oh, I know he was going to say that. I ain't going to lie.
Y'all think I'm a saint? I'm no saint. I'm as human as you. I have emotions. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't sin, because I don't walk on water and I don't turn it to wine.
I ain't gonna lie, you can definitely tell it's a lot of emotion, a lot of frustration within this, and I don't blame him. I truly don't blame him. It's truly sickening. I'm telling y'all. Check out what Jeff McCall had to say right here.
What killed me was the body cam footage when I could hear Hunter screaming. Oh God, my brother, my twin. You know, as a parent, you always want to protect your kids.
Yeah.
And to hear my son and the fear in his voice, and I'm not there to fix it.
I'm telling y'all. And I know y'all probably haven't had any, situations like this at all. I've actually had my first. And I'm not trying to compare whatsoever, because this is, and this is nothing compared to what, Jeff or Megan, is going through. But as a parent, you want to be, there for your kid, and you feel like you truly blame yourself. Like I said, this is the first time my daughter, she had went to my parents' house. And again, this is nothing, because I don't want nobody in there go, oh, this doesn't compare. I'm just letting y'all know, like, as a parent, like, you feel that way at times, and you blame yourself, because you wasn't there. What could you do? What could you have done differently? I didn't think that my daughter was, sick. I knew she had some type of cold or whatever. But it wasn't too bad to where it's like, oh, we need to take her to the hospital. We need to dope her up on, not trying to make it sound bad. We need to get her on, we got to give her this medicine and give her that. But she went to my parents' house, and my sister called. I was sitting here editing my videos. Chris, she was, laying on a futon, and I was like, I got a call from my sister. Mind you, it's, I don't really usually get calls from my sister. You get FaceTime calls, but never calls. And you kind of notice different things. You notice different things as people do. Well, this person don't really call at this time of night. Or this person, they don't really FaceTime. They call. In this case, my sister called, regular call. She like, don't freak out. I knew it was something. Because when, any individual, or just my sister saying that, and I'm like, what do you mean? What happened? So my heart immediately, because I have bad anxiety. That's why I don't like when people do that. So I jumped up. By this time, Chris woke up, like, because she knew, just by how she like, well, Love, she having a seizure right now. Mind you, this happened as Love 2. She's 2 years old. So this wasn't a long time ago or nothing. It was, recent. And it was this year. If I'm not mistaken, it was this year, sometime this year. And I don't know. You go on a blur, and they got it down. She had a bad fever, so my dad told, and I don't really like even talking about it. I don't know. I'm just real overprotective about my daughters. I got two. I got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. And he's like, she told me and was like, Pawpaw, I'm gonna lay next to you or something like that. And she said that. And I guess he said that, Love, why you moving or why you doing that? And he didn't notice, and he noticed that she was having a seizure. And he told me that while we was at the hospital, and I just I broke down because it's like, how didn't we catch that? How didn't we catch that? And I'm wondering if she's thinking like, where are my parents? I'm at grandparents' house, but where are my parents at? And it just bothers me. So I just know more of the story is of how, I'm not going to say how they feel. And like I said, I've been in so many situations. I have a story time of the things that I've been through and why I have so much bad anxiety. But I truly, and she's okay now. She's actually sleeping right now, 2-year-old. But I see Jeff, and I haven't really seen Megan. I don't think she has. Well, I seen her like the little press conference thing, after the sentencing with Jeff and Hunter. But I can see a little bit. I'm not going to say all the way, but him being a parent and him saying that, basically of him, and he's not there to fix it. And it's truly a sad thing to hear, and a 30 seconds of something that's very sad to watch, of him saying that. That right there, as a parent, you always want to protect your kids. And to hear my son interfere in his voice, and I'm not there to fix it, it hit hard. And it should hit hard for any parent, because you feel like you have to blame yourself because you wasn't there. These are my kids. We made them. God definitely made us, but y'all know what I'm saying. And regardless of how old they are, I'm to protect them. And to have to deal with that on top of dealing with the foolishness coming from Carmelo Anthony supporters has to be draining. It has to be sickening. So I definitely pray for him, and I pray that things get better. And I also pray for those Carmelo Anthony supporters and his parents to where they actually realize right from wrong, because that's what they need to do instead of looking at color. Says right here, in my opinion, Carmelo Anthony's parents owe the entire nation an apology. And I agree. Just like I said, there is no good excuse for spreading lies. Drew admitted they were delusional, but is still failing to acknowledge their son lied to them and they believed him. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe, but let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Catch y'all next one.